The wife was ready to leave, but before walking out the door, she quietly placed a hidden camera on the table. She wanted to see what her husband and mother-in-law would do once she was out of the house. What she didn't expect was that as soon as she left, her best friend walked right in, calling her mother-in-law mom. That's when everything started to unravel. Watching through the camera feed, she realized with horror, her best friend had been secretly involved with her husband all along. Determined to get to the bottom of it, the wife continued monitoring them, and what she heard next shook her to the core. In their casual conversation, she discovered that her husband and mother-in-law had secretly swapped her IVF sample. The baby growing inside her wasn't hers. It was the child of her husband and her best friend. And that wasn't all. She also learned the real reason for her declining health. Her husband had been poisoning her supplements, intending to slowly kill her. Their plan? Let her die after childbirth, then get married and raise the baby together. Enraged and heartbroken, the wife burst through the door, ready to confront them. But just then, her friend noticed something terrifying. The wife was bleeding. Meanwhile, the mother-in-law reassured the mistress. Don't worry, once the baby's born, you and the child will be officially added to the family shrine. Suddenly, the husband's phone rang. It was the hospital. Something had gone wrong with the pregnancy. The three of them rushed to the emergency room. The doctor looked serious. The mother's condition is critical. We can only save one, her or the baby. Without hesitation, the mother-in-law said, "Save the baby." The husband echoed her without blinking. The wife heard everything from inside the operating room. She was devastated. But instead of breaking, she made a plan. She gave a sealed urn to her friend, instructing her to deliver it in exactly 2 months, on the day of her best friend's engagement ceremony, which was also their ancestral memorial day. "I'll prepare a gift they'll never forget," she said coldly. Later, the doctor informed the family. Both the baby and mother are safe. The husband was thrilled. After all, this child was his ticket to inheritance and power. 2 months flew by. It was the wife's due date. The wife's OBGYN, who was in on the plan, told the family she had delivered a healthy baby boy, but the mother had died in childbirth. The mother-in-law put on a fake sob, while the husband collapsed to the ground, weeping and begging for forgiveness. When he asked where the baby was, the doctor told him the child was weak, and needed to stay in a sterile unit for observation. She urged them to return home, and proceed with the family memorial as scheduled. She would bring the baby afterward. That day, the husband threw an extravagant banquet at the ancestral shrine, inviting dozens of relatives and friends. Having finally produced a son, he could now claim the title of family head. Then, a package arrived. It was addressed in the wife's handwriting. The husband, confused, reached for it, but the mother-in-law stopped him. "Don't touch it. It's from her. It's bad luck." He set it aside and made a call to the doctor, asking when the baby would arrive. Just then, the shrine doors swung open. There stood the wife, alive, and holding a baby in her arms. Everyone was stunned. Before anyone could react, she suddenly tossed the baby into the air. Gasps filled the room, because it wasn't a baby at all. It was just a bundle of cloth. She then tore open her coat, revealing a mourning gown, and raised a wooden ancestral memorial tablet. Her mother-in-law screamed, accusing her of cursing the child. "Where is the baby? What have you done?" she shouted. The wife pointed calmly at the sealed urn her husband was holding. "He's right there," she said. The husband, now shaking, opened the lid, and found it filled with ashes.